Welcome to another episode of Nerds Amalgamated. I am the DJ, and with me today I have the Professor and Debbie Boy.
Hello, DJ. You're not doing your P.T. Barnum this week. Is everything all right?
Oh, I don't know, fellas. It's just another fun day at the office, and I just like to be quiet and reserved.
You don't even have an office.
Well, I know my office is very small. It has merged with the room that I'm in right now, but yeah.
Is that what all that stuff was from before? Just trying to move it all in, hey?
Yep.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Brazil?
Brazil?
Yeah, it's a comedy by Terry Gilliam. Basically 1984, but if the bureaucracy was utterly incompetent. And there's one scene, so officers share a desk. If you want more desk space, you pull it out of the wall. But it goes through to your neighbor's room, so all your neighbor's stuff falls off his desk.
Oof. So basically you're going to wake up tomorrow morning, right? And you're just going to see a ton of desks and TV screens come flying through your window. Now you got in contact with the landowner. Have fun.
Now, that's a great movie, though. You should check it out.
Hell yeah.
Wait, was this movie made by LucasFilm?
Terrible segue.
Oh my God. Seriously, man.
It's like you're not even trying.
Hey. At least I can't make a witty comeback after that being bantered like that. At least Lucasfilm is making a good comeback, though.
Let me give it a try. So I've been quite Lucasy. Oh my God, I died. I was like, oh, I got this in the bag, man. Oof. I'm usually good at these segues.
One could say you fell off the segue.
I fell off the Segway and then so I'm on an overpass in a highway. I fell off the Segway, fell off the overpass, slammed in to a movie theater, and was watching Lucasfilm. We got there. We got there. But yes, so Lucasfilm. If you haven't known already, basically Ubisoft, EA, get one of the two evil companies. EA has lost the rights. Well, not exactly lost the rights, but their exclusive rights to the Star Wars franchise are expiring. And I believe 2023 was 2022. It's very soon in terms of years. I'm not wrong. But yeah, roughly around that time. And because of that, a ton of other studios and developers have stepped up. They've created a new division, which is Lucasfilm Games, which all these divisions will be controlled under with the licensed properties. So we've already got an open world Ubisoft-styled sandbox game coming in the works. It's obviously set in the Star Wars universe. We know the Bethesda, and Machine Games have teamed up to not Bethesda themselves, Machine Games with Mr. Todd himself, Tom Howard, directing the game.
That can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, it's going to be Indiana Jones game, so you'll just see crystal skulls just dancing around as they bug out.
You mean Indiana Jones 76?
Jones 76. Oh no. So Andy, did you guys not realize end of the last movie, Indiana Jones got cryo-freezed?
I think you've crossed your franchises here.
He got cryo-freezed and then he got out. They put on a suit of armor on him and gave him a gun and said, Indy, we need you to fight some aliens. See, then they injected him with serum and he became a super soldier. Oh, hang on a sec. I think, was that movie 4? Or was that the shitty Halo?
Halo.
I mean, there's a lot of movies where someone is turned into a super soldier, so...
Oh, is this Captain America? Oh, I'm sorry, I got this wrong.
Confusing Captain America for Indiana Jones is surprisingly close because they both fight fascism.
Yeah. Both fight the Nazis. I mean, what? Oh, there's something to my tongue. Another famous character also fights Nazis. And Super Soldier,
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, Wolfenstein.
So Machine Games has the pedigree of having a guy fighting Nazis. They just need to add the tomb raiding bit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I wonder is, Indiana Jones, it's an action movie, but it's not known for, guns blazing action movie. It's more fist fights and stuff. So I wonder if it's going to go full-on, first-person shooter, Indiana Jones doing, double jumps, dual-wielding machine guns and stuff.
Will he have ridiculous triangular boobs?
Hey, I think we're crossing another franchise here. Oh, does he have, a grappling hook? Really handsome as well. He discovers tombs and also has a girlfriend. Hang on, is this Nathan Drake game? Oh wait, hang on.
Somehow, we've got to be careful here because now we've got Indiana Jones, Halo, Star Wars, Just
Captain
Cause,
America.
Nathan Drake, and Tomb Raider. But what can they do in an Indiana Jones game that hasn't already been done?
I mean,
I guess like the last big Indiana Jones game was Lego Indiana Jones. The one before that was the old Lucasfilm point-and-click adventures.
Yeah, I suppose I'm just a bit stuck in the idea of it being a Uncharted or Tomb Raider clone.
True.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking as
But
well.
I think the
mean,
thing is, it's machine games. They're known for first-person shooters, so I don't think they could. I mean, why not? If you've got the character inspired both Tomb Raider and Uncharted. Like, if they do go that route, I'm not going to be upset. Much to say because it's Indiana Jones, man. He's cool, but a different cool Lara Croft and Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake's like your best friend. Lara Croft is your girlfriend that just, I don't know. What's a good comparison there?
Lara Croft is the waifu.
Lara Croft is your waifu. And then Indiana Jones is like your like step uncle who's just like kind of like there and then just leaves and goes adventures and comes back with like a shot bloody arm. It's like, hi, need your help.
But here's the problem though, like with Lucasfilm, how many % of that company is owned by Disney though?
All of it.
All of it? So we're seeing a Disney, so it's Disney but not Disney.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Because they bought Lucasfilm itself, which owns Indiana Jones, obviously Star Wars, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously they have all the point-and-click adventure franchises. So they got Monkey Island. They have some of the other classic ones like Grim Fandango, and obviously all the other ones that came from that in that 90s era. And obviously the other movies that Lucasfilm themselves produced.
Oh wait, here's something interesting. So I've just saw. So Lucasfilm announced on January 11, 2021 that it was re-establishing the Lucasfilm Games brand for all future titles from Lucasfilm, though it would remain solely as its licensor of Lucasfilm properties.
Still owned by Disney, though.
Yeah. Although that being said, though, I wonder how, like, if how family friendly you reckon this Indiana Jones game gonna be, though.
Very. Indiana Jones has never been family unfriendly apart from the grisly deaths. I don't recall there being too much, sex or anything. And since it's an American franchise, grisly deaths are like a day-to-day thing, but sex, think of the children.
I mean, Indy does pursue like a lot of women in the films, right? Each film's got a new love for tell. So, I mean, I don't think there'll be any sex scenes, as I say, but more, who's your romantic love interest, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Although with the Indiana Jones games, I reckon you will see a lot of Easter eggs from all the Indiana Jones universe.
Probably. I mean, they're which were the Jedi games where you played as the secret child of Darth Vader?
Oh, the Force Unleashed.
Whatever. That's it. Yeah, those had all of the Lucasfilms references in it. You could unlock a skin that was Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh, and what game was that?
One
of the Force Unleashed games.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Guybrush and the whole Monkey Island franchise is like an underground Easter egg in like almost every game. Like he's in Uncharted. He's in obviously Force Unleashed. Obviously, now Lucasfilm franchise. He's been in like Ubisoft titles. Like, I guess makes sense because it's such an influence on narrative writing in video games. But it's just funny seeing him turn up. It's like, I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Force Unleashed 2.
Yes, and they called him Guybrush Threep Killer.
Oh my god. Yeah. His name is like Parry. His name is perfect. And his name was not even thought about. It was actually a joke and a merger of like the I think the audio software and stuff. Can't remember exactly.
It says here actually from the collector's edition art book that it was done as a bit of a joke because everyone loves Monkey Island there, and then everyone was just like, let's do it for real.
So it was a YOLO moment. So besides the Indiana Jones games, what else are Lucasfilm's gonna be doing?
I mean, pretty much to open up the vision to like any company that wants to have grab their franchises can basically do it.
Yeah.
Now, they haven't said any info on whether or not that includes like Monkey Island, those things. I'm pretty sure it would in some way because, I mean, the licenses are there. Why would you hold them back if you wanted to make a game? But obviously people are jumping for the big franchises. Indiana Jones, Star Wars, of course. So, like...
The Star Wars news has been pretty big. Wouldn't you agree, Debbie Boy?
Oh, no, 100%. Like, it's... I had that moment of pause. I was just thinking about all the games that have basically been announced. Because as I said before, we have the open world RPG. Obviously, is going to be Forced Unleashed 3. No, there's going to be Last Jedi. Obviously, a sequel to that. Perhaps another Battlefront. We'll see what happens there. I don't know. Ubisoft.
Oh, no, Battlefront game.
I like Rogue Squadron and Last Jedi were both The Last Jedi. What's it called? Metal Blank. I'm getting confused. There's too many Star Wars things.
Especially Star Wars things that have Jedi in the title.
Right?
Do you mean Jedi Fallen Order?
Fallen Order, thank you. Oh my God. Like, Star Wars Fallen Order, Star Wars Last Jedi, Star Wars this, Star Wars that, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Republic Commando, Star Wars Dark Force, Star Wars...
I think we broke Heavy Boy.
Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. Lego Star Wars, complete saga too.
How is it complete if it's in 2 parts?
You should have been in the 90s, man. There was so many Star Wars games. There was even a Star Wars fighting game, if I recalled.
Oh, don't that one. What's it called? I know what you're talking about. Star Wars fighting game. I'm gonna Google it and regret my life. Star Wars Masters of the Ticking Cash.
Well, on a completely different note, the game I want to see them bring back is The Dig. It's a LucasArts point-and-click adventure game, a little bit like Rendezvous with Rama, which you might have guessed I have a thing for games like that.
So, like, what happens in it?
Well, it starts off like Deep Impact, or what was that other one that came out about the same time? Armageddon. Yeah, land a rocket on it and blow it up. But while they're there, they find out that the asteroid is actually some sort of alien spaceship, and the characters are investigating that.
That actually sounds really cool. So, like, when was this game released?
It was first released in 95.
Okay, fair enough then. No wonder I never heard of it.
Yeah.
With the Star Wars, license now at the hands of LucasFilms, and I think it's a good step in the right direction for the Star Wars franchise. I mean, under EA, it was just a cash cow.
I mean, it's not exactly like Disney cares much. Marvel Avengers and Marvels.
Disney doesn't care as long as you make money and don't get them in too much trouble. That's what EA screwed up.
Yeah. Hey,
they
guys.
didn't make enough money for the amount of trouble they got in.
But the studio they're working with, Lucasfilm, is massive. Is Ubisoft massive? I mean, they must have a good record.
Yeah,
True.
but it is Ubisoft, and Yves Guillemot should retire.
I feel like, because my worry for the open world game, it's just going to be like another Far Cry, but with Star Wars skin. Because like every Ubisoft games look basically the same. No offense to any Ubisoft fans, but from Far Cry to The Division, it's pretty close. Oh, please climb tower to scan world. Please go to this point to do A, then go here to do B. Like, it's all busy work.
Now that you mentioned The Division, I did remember Angry Joe review of that game, and he hated that game. Like, it was just so much cosmetic stuff, and all this gameplay we saw in the trailers didn't show on the game at all.
There's a lot of games that have been that way in the last couple of years because the big money people got their hands on it.
I mean, if Ubisoft and Massive have seen the damage that EA has done to the Star Wars franchise and repair it, I think it might be a good license to have.
I mean, that's a weird thing about Star Wars. You can't really kill it. Like, okay, put some bad movies, put it on a back end. Everyone hates that for a while. And then The Mandalorian comes along, Clone Wars comes along. People are like, oh, Star Wars is actually fantastic. Like, so it's like this...
I think Star Wars is fantastic as long as it's not a movie.
Yeah.
Because nobody liked the prequels when they came out. Now nobody likes the sequels. But everyone loves those animated shows and the...
Mandalorian. Yeah. And now that you mention it, there's now a civil war going on within the higher ups. Like Kathleen Kennedy's losing power, and Jon Favreau and David Filoni are wanting more power. So it's kind of like a power game going on up there. So
is that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not many people are talking about it, but
Will this get us anything as viewers, though? The answer is no, so...
yeah,
It's not gonna make a
that's the
difference.
most rhetorical question the professor has ever said.
I was like, okay, yeah, no.
But yeah, I'm going to be cynical on this front. I mean, while it's a good idea for Ubisoft to step up their game, I mean, game companies and Star Wars have not been the best of friends ever since EA has screwed it up. And I think we might be seeing a tale of history repeating itself. But I know,
Indeed. I mean, just have to wait and see what happens, I guess.
yeah. Although for the, I will say this, for the Indiana Jones game, I hope we see some sort of a tribute to Sean Connery in the game. So speaking of finances and games industry, Professor, you've got a report on that.
The report being the Gamesindustry.biz year and numbers report, with the most important section here, the pets of game developers. Dogs significantly take the lead at 240, followed by cats with 165, all the way down to other, which includes geckos, stuffed animals, snakes, hedgehogs, guinea pigs, horses, iguanas, chinchillas, ferrets, snails, Roomba vacuum cleaners with googly eyes, and a basil plant.
What?
What is that?
Huh?
It's a survey of pets owned by game developers.
No. What's a basil plant?
You know where you get basil from, right?
What, an actual basil plant?
Yes.
I thought these were animals.
That's what I thought too.
What?
Why is it just one basil plant?
Wow,
people are
Debbie
very
boy, you
attached
thought
to that.
basil's an animal?
Some people are just very attached to their plants.
Some people love their herbs, man.
Yeah, but not the herb that I'm thinking of. So what are the other stuff they put in this report besides the magical the pets?
So year on year, the games industry is 19.6% bigger in 2020 than in 2019, with every platform seeing growth except for browser games.
I mean, COVID has done a number on all these.
Yeah, 91% of total market revenue was in digital sales,
Makes sense. Fair enough.
with the PC hitting 98 and console hitting only 72%.
Huh. Yeah, I can see it, especially because obviously COVID, less people obviously buying them in store.
Yeah. And by units, the best-selling game of the year was FIFA 21.
Oh,
followed by
get out.
Animal
Oh, are you
Crossing.
serious, man?
I know.
This is a crisis. This is a day we will all remember.
So that's for both by units and by revenue. In first place, we have FIFA 21, followed by Animal Crossing.
Oh, well, okay, I'll give Animal Crossing something, but FIFA, really? FIFA? I mean,
People
FIFA's
like
a
that
fun
soccer.
party. Oh, sorry.
People like soccer.
Yeah, people like soccer, but FIFA 21 there's no difference between 20 and 21. There was just a reskin.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the best-selling boxed game of the year, sorry. And number 6 was FIFA 20 for by units. Number 10 by units, I'm going to get you to guess. Which game do you reckon it is?
BioShock.
Newer than that.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Older than that.
Older.
Last of Us.
Well, you're giving me an absolutely massive range here between BioShock, which came out in like 2007, and Cyberpunk, which came out in 2020.
Okay, the recent Last of Us game.
No, it's more popular than that.
Minecraft?
Less controversial.
Controversial.
Less controversial than Last of Us.
GTA?
Yes. The
Hey!
10th most popular boxed game of the year was GTA 5, a
Oh
game that's
my-
already been out for 8 years.
Holy shit.
How is that possible?
I have no idea.
It's funny you guys mentioned it because I was reading an article the other day saying that in Grand Theft Auto 6 there will be a female protagonist. I'm like, man, you guys haven't even finished making 6 and you still.
Well, they're probably planning on it. They're planning it, and they're going to try and time it so that they can put it out just when GTA Online stops being profitable.
Yeah, fat chance that'll ever happen.
Yeah, I was talking to some devs today in the Brisbane community. We're having a discussion because basically we're thinking, okay, so GTA 5 has been out for 8 years now, basically, right? So it's probably going to be like 3 or 4 years until GTA 6 is out. And we're talking about whether or not it'll even have a story mode. considering they pushed it online so much, that's where all the money is.
Yeah.
Like, would they even bother?
It's a good question.
So what are the other figures that you've encountered in this report?
So in the US, Marvel's Avengers came 9th in best-selling games by dollar value, which surprises me because I don't think I saw a single positive thing about that.
Yeah, there was a lot of flaws in that game,
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
Best-selling console games in Japan, number 1, Animal Crossing, surprise, surprise. Then number 2, Ring Fit Adventure. Apparently in Japan, people could actually buy that. And on Metacritic, the highest rated game of the year, I'm going to get you to guess this one again.
Highest rated game of this year?
Yes, on Metacritic. No
It's not-
Googling it, you cheater.
Okay, 2 bets. Last of Us.
No,
Not Cyberpunk 2077. That's definitely not it.
Tsushima.
no.
Oh,
Right
really?
console. PlayStation 4, but wrong game.
What else came out this year? It's definitely not FIFA 2021 because that got bombed.
No, not a sports game.
Not sport. Give us a genre, please.
RPG.
Final Fantasy 7.
No.
Oh, what?
It is a character
Assassin's
in Smash Brothers, though.
Oh.
What? RPG? Was it Animal Crossing?
No, Persona 5 Royal.
What?
Yeah, it scored
Really?
95 on Metacritic.
But come on, that's not fair. Persona 5 came out 3 years ago. It was just like some DLC.
But this is the Persona 5 re-release.
Oh.
Because apparently they do that with Persona. They go and re-release it and add 100 hours of new content.
Oh, okay, fair.
And the lowest game scored only 32. It was Tiny Racer.
Okay. And what does Tiny Racer... Is it a racing game?
I assume so.
I'm going to Google it now because I am intrigued. Tiny Racer Switch review. Okay. Oh
So,
my god. Oh,
It's a Disney
okay.
tie-in.
Okay. So I searched it. You know how Google does those side tabs giving information?
Yep.
Literally, Google has auto added not the dev's like website, info on the game. It's Metacritic's worst review of the game in terms of like lowest rating. So you see Tiny Racer, that says July 31st, 2020. Tiny Racer is not a fun game to play. I refuse to sugarcoat it. This is a terrible game. Do not buy it. Literally on Google right underneath its name.
I'm watching the gameplay by handheld players. Lord. Oh my god. Look at this.
What's wrong with it, DJ?
It looks like a Fortnite game.
Uh-oh.
Like the whole graphics is just Fortnite
Hey,
style.
I
hey,
wouldn't say it's that cartoony.
Come on, man. Don't rip on my cartoons.
It has an
Nick.
abysmal tilt shift effect, though.
Yes, it's you could say I think it has some nice. Someone obviously found out you can do post-processing and depth of field effects.
Yeah.
I mean, it's playable, but yeah, it's not something to write home about. That's a
And it's a racing game with only 2 players.
Oh, well, they're definitely going to get meeting then.
There's 15 tracks, which I suppose is decent if they're unique tracks, but it did not do well.
I like the fact that I'm still watching this gameplay, and I like how every time they get bumped, it's like pow, thump, swah, like a Batman, like those old Batman movies. Adam West is making a game with this.
Yes, and they have a chart showing the proportion of new IP versus new releases, but they don't seem to have included units on that. So I don't know if that's dollars or sales or what, but clearly new releases outperforms new IP by a long way. And Activision apparently didn't make any new IP this year. I don't know. They haven't included values, which makes it hard to read that graph. So I'm just gonna...
their only newest thing Activision has done is the new Call of Duty, and that's like,
yeah. Well, that's a new release as opposed to a new IP. So they haven't done anything completely new this year, apparently.
True.
Most Googled games: Among Us, Fall Guys, and then Valorant.
Yeah.
With Last of Us 2 coming 5th. Most covered games: Fortnite, 75,000 articles; Cyberpunk, 72,000 articles; and Last of Us, 57,000 articles.
And the funny thing with number 2 and number 3 is that both of them are very controversial in terms of how much backstage politics were involved in that game.
So surprisingly, Fall Guys only got 16,000 articles, and Among Us only got 10,000.
Wow. Oh.
But the most watched games on YouTube this year are Minecraft with more than double the seconds and 201 billion views, Roblox at 75 billion, Karina Free Fire, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Fortnite.
Where's Minecraft? Minecraft in the rule?
Yeah, number
it
one.
was first. 201 billion views.
Yes!
We're not completely irrelevant yet.
Not completely irrelevant.
Although it feels like it, because here are the top YouTubers, influencers of this year.
Let's go, boys.
Tell me how many you recognize. Flamingo, Afmal, Jelly, FGTV, It's Funny, Slogo Man, S Sunday, Philippe Nito, I Am Sana, and Arab Games Network.
What the?
No idea who these people are.
I'm taking a rough guess. Jelly and those must be kids' channels.
I feel like I know the name Slogo Man and S Sunday, but I've never watched their videos. So I think we are now out of touch. We are boomers.
Yeah, I can't say I relate to those channels.
Jelly, I'm just looking at his YouTube channel. He's a child-friendly YouTuber, and his videos are basically him playing Among Us and Minecraft.
So, yeah, that is like kid bait. Like, if I was setting a trap and I wanted to catch an 8-year-old child, it would have an iPad playing Among Us or Minecraft or something on it. That just sounds really creepy, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Okay, I will say this with Among Us and Fall Guys. The interesting part about those two games was people were saying that, oh, this game is going to kill Fortnite. This will be the Fortnite Slayer. And it didn't happen.
It did in some categories.
Wait, which categories, though?
Well, the Fortnite doesn't even make it to the top 10 of most Googled games.
I'm guessing Minecraft is near the top.
And the most discussed games on Twitter, Fortnite doesn't come in until 9th place. But it does have the top trailer or live stream.
Yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, Slogo Man, it's now changed to Slogo, and it's basically, I make videos on games and stuff.
Oh, let me see this. Okay. So SLO go. Slogo Man. He's got, so obviously with the kids, given his look of his content. What about Jelly? I'm kind of confused about that one. Jelly Minecraft. 20 million. Okay. 20 million subscribers? What the what? How
kids, man. It's the kids.
Holy shit, his voice. I thought Dan the TDM was still the top, but obviously not.
That's how out of touch we are.
I was thinking PewDiePie would be in there like as one of the biggest, but oh boy, was I wrong.
Where's my Sky does Minecraft and the
This new world, it's so big and scary and unfamiliar. At least one of the YouTubers I follow, NerdCube, he's gone like way back to his roots. He started his YouTube channel with a series called Minecraft Buildy Thing, where he'd build things in Minecraft, like houses and just projects. His most recent videos are NerdCube's RTX Minecraft Buildy Thing, because he's decided he's done with chasing views. He's just going to make content he enjoys.
Oh, fair enough. I can respect that.
Yeah. But anyway, on to the mobile market.
Oh, boy. That's I'm going to know absolutely probably zero of these. Anyways, let's do it.
Surprisingly, the top 5 countries for downloads doesn't include China, but the top game publishers by worldwide revenue. The top 3, Tencent, NetEase, and Playrix, are all Chinese publishers.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hi, Tencent. I see you doing well over there. Yeah. Yeah, you need to stay there, please.
But the top countries by revenue, US, Japan, and China. But China's skewed a bit because it doesn't include data on app stores specific to China.
Yeah, I had a feeling there because they've got so many people they would instantly break records.
Yeah, so I reckon if they could get the data for the Chinese app stores, it would probably blow it out of the water.
Yeah, they'll be like, this data did not happen.
Yeah, so but top 5 games by worldwide revenue, PUBG, Honor of Kings, Pokemon Go, Coin Master, and Roblox.
Wait, PUBG's still a thing?
Yeah,
Roblox?
PUBG Mobile
PUBG's still
is
hitting records.
number 1 with $2.6 billion. And I'm going to guess here, Tencent published PUBG Mobile, if I remember correctly. Tencent had $7 billion in worldwide revenue this year.
Oh my god. Wow.
I also did recall, like, one case, India banned the PUBG off the internet, which was ironically funny because that's the biggest buyer.
Yeah. Although I do see, so the console ownership overlap.
Mm-hmm.
the two consoles people are most likely to buy. Go.
PlayStation and Xbox.
No.
Let me try my hand.
The PlayStation and Xbox in the UK between 13 to 64-year-old console owners, only 35% of people who I assume owns both of them, only 35% or owns two consoles or more, only 35% own an Xbox and a PlayStation.
That actually makes sense. I can see that. Look, consoles are expensive, right? And not everyone's going to, majority of people who buy consoles are casuals. Yeah. So, that 33%, or whatever it was, I think 33?
35.
35. Okay, a little bit off. That 35, that would be more people a bit more into obviously console gaming when you own both.
Actually, sorry, I'm reading this backwards.
Oh.
So a person who owns a PlayStation and also owns an Xbox, 35% of people who own the Xbox also own. Sorry, 35% of people who own the PlayStation also own an Xbox. 46% of people who own an Xbox also own a PlayStation. So I'm assuming that's your primary console or your first console, and then your second choice.
Makes sense.
But the biggest overlap. If you own a Nintendo Switch, 60% of you own a PlayStation 4.
60%?
Yeah.
On PS4?
Which makes sense because the PlayStation and the Switch are the two unique consoles.
Not wrong. Xbox is kind of like, it's Microsoft, it's business.
And everything almost everything on the Xbox is coming to PC now. Yeah. So if I was going to buy two consoles, I'd get the Switch and the PlayStation because I can play on my PC.
Yeah, exactly. Like you think about it right now, a lot of the news where it's like all the scalps and stuff, no one's really talking about the Xbox being scalped. Everyone's talking about the PS5 being scalped. Like that's the news ticket item. Xbox is kind of like,
I think it comes down to marketing, though. I mean, with the PS4, there was a lot of marketing and the hype for it. It was insane.
True. I mean, Xbox really didn't. I mean, Switch, obviously, Nintendo has been throwing marketing out like mad after the failure of the Wii U. So, you'll figure why that's picked up a lot. But Xbox itself isn't really a market, but they do. But it's not. They don't have the same power Sony has in terms of IPs. Mm-hmm. They have Halo, sure, and Gears of War, and I guess Forza Horizon.
Halo.
Yes, guys. Hey, the Halo machine's out, boys.
Yeah, now that's all on PC anyway, so...
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Except I think Halo Wars 1, I think, might be the only Halo game with no plans to come to PC. Because I think even the mobile game came to PC. But wrapping up the report, Animal Crossing made $26.4 million in global sales in its first 6 months.
Oh my...
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, Nintendo, fantastic idea releasing an Animal Crossing game. Like, it has taken off like wildfire. So I'm not surprised. Like, I'm still wow, but I'm not surprised it made that much because it has been like everywhere.
Yes. What's interesting though is that that's sales number, not dollar value. Yep. So yeah, 26.4 million sales of Animal Crossing New Horizons. That's the population of Australia. Everyone in Australia could own Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Holy moly.
Oh, man.
And in the US, on all video game products, $44.5 billion was spent.
How many % of that would have been spent on Call of Duty?
Well, Newzoo reports that 74% of the market revenue came from in-game spending.
Okay, fair enough.
So kids with their parents' credit cards playing Fortnite, right?
Yep.
I feel so out of touch.
Feeling old yet, man?
Remember when Minecraft was a thing and it was a one-time purchase and you didn't have to buy skins?
Minecraft has microtransactions now.
It does.
Well, Bedrock Edition at least, but yes.
Yeah, they have skins now.
Do you like not owning games? Do you like just printing them out and then being charged more money? So then in 3 years' time, the server's shut down and you don't ever own the game or play it ever again after you spent like $3,000.
Yeah. To be fair, the digital sales are technically temporary. It's only a license, so...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant by renting.
If Valve ever goes down, we all lose our Steam collection.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
At least it's not least most of the games on Steam that I play anyway aren't microtransaction cash grabs.
True. I mean, most indie games these days don't really have that, depending on what you're playing.
So, anyway, there were 26 million Animal Crossing sales. But in China alone, there's 720 million gamers. 48% are female. And so to COVID-19 went $160 million from industry donations to relief efforts, $43 million to organisations supporting Black Lives Matter, and $5.5 million to the Australian bushfires relief.
Yeah, I remember that when
Remember when the bushfires were a thing? A million years ago?
I remember Activision. They put a Call of Duty skin just for the bushfires.
Yeah, a lot of companies did something like that. And then they did the same sort of thing for Black Lives Matter. And then also COVID.
Yeah, the Call of Duty community raised about 1.6 million.
All right, so anyway, that's the extent of the numbers that we have here. I can't say I'm hugely surprised by anything that didn't bring up already, which is mostly the stuff that I'm out of touch on.
But as game developers, you reckon that's promising, seeing these reports?
Yes, watching the games industry grow as someone who wants to make money off the games industry is like watching a blimp full of money float over.
I can agree.
Drop out
it's
on me.
Just like, come here, please. Just floating over.
It's nice knowing that the industry has
I could get a
money
job.
to get.
Oh my. I could use my skills.
Oh, don't get too excited, Devi.
I will keep my enjoyment for now.
Maybe one day the industry will return to pre-crash levels in Australia. Maybe.
Oh, at least we won't have to blame COVID on that one.
No, this happened several years ago now. Right in the middle of me going through uni to become a game developer, the entire industry crashed.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Good timing.
Yeah.
So, global financial crisis, basically?
No, in 2012, well, it wasn't, the whole industry was hit a bit, but one of the big things was that the Aussie government had a program to bring in game development into Australia.
Oh,
through Screen Australia or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hugely profitable. Mm-hmm. Great program, made the government billions of dollars, and then they decided, "Nah, mate, we're not going to do that anymore." And all of the game developers were like, "Okay, we're taking our offices back overseas."
Yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, that's what happened. And just like, ever since there's basically small indie studios struggling along, being like, "Hi, would you like to just maybe give us a bit of money?" Like, you're upset some students moving away, but like, the jobs are overseas. I don't want to work in a coal mine, Mr. Scott. I'm sorry. Remember, you don't want to do game development. Game development's useless. Go mine coal.
Mine coal, and the coal mines that are starting to run out.
Fantastic idea for future building. Mm-hmm. Anyways, politics aside.
At least all those coal minings brought a lot of air pollution, and thanks to COVID, air pollution is...
Yes! Finally! He did a good segue.
Yeah, thanks to the pandemic, that reduced a lot of air pollution.
He stumbled a little, but he got there. This is a day to remember.
So... It's been known that people's activities have curtailed enough to result in the dramatic drop in emissions of greenhouse gases in April, as well as a dip in seismic noises.
That's pretty cool that people moving around and driving and trains and trucks and all of that literally make the earth move. I feel the earth move.
Wait, so love doesn't make the world go around?
It might, but... the trucks make the earth move. Because you can go around without moving. You ever seen a ballet dancer pirouette?
Nah.
Oh, I forgot you're uncultured.
It's like that theory, that's a conspiracy theorist, of course, put forward a few years ago. It's basically like, if everyone jumped on the earth at the same time, it would self-destruct. And it's like...
I love the XKCD take on that.
Yeah, right. That's where I saw it from. It's like, yes?
Yeah,
no.
It's like... People have worked out what would happen if we all jumped at once a million times before. But here's what would happen afterwards when everyone's trying to get out of the space where we jumped. And it's just straight up apocalypse.
Yeah, that reduction was too brief compared to the hundreds of years that the gas could linger in Earth's atmosphere to put a dent in the planet's atmospheric CO2 level. There's no way to say that the pandemic has a silver lining, says Jessica Gilman, a tropospheric chemist at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in Boulder, Colorado. Misery is no solution to our global environmental challenges.
Yes, it's unfortunate that it's not long term.
Yeah, but I will say this though, like we've been seeing a couple of new strains popping out from the woodwork, and this is going to be the new norm for a good few years. Wouldn't you agree, gentlemen?
The vaccines seem to be working on the new strain as well. So I wouldn't say that too quickly. Although if I could go back, if we could just agree to go back to lockdown style and not have to talk to people, I would be cool with that. Yes, unfortunately, we do have to go outside and socially interact.
Yeah.
But we do it from a distance until we get this under control.
Don't you guys love lockdown? Like, isn't it great sitting at home all day and getting the beers open and then reading your life?
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but I did enjoy working from home.
I think that the best lockdown skit I've seen was Red Letter Media's lockdown reviews during the time of lockdown over in America. Like they if you know that channel at all, they do a sarcastic take on a lot of, they do movie reviews, but they're very sarcastic about a lot of things. And basically, the whole joke was basically that people looked up. I don't know how they got that many alcohol bottles, but it was like 300 alcohol bottles covering the floor. It's like, so.
I wonder if you could go to a recycling plant and just buy like a crate of alcohol bottles. Sort of like the opposite of what you do when you drop your cans off.
You could do that, or you could spend maybe $1,000 and buy some. I mean,
300 alcohol bottles are like, what kind? Were they liquor or beer or
wine?
Just buy $1,000 worth of unopened ciders and drink them all.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
I feel like that would take you too long to make the skit, though, unless you were going to risk doing severe damage to your kidneys and liver.
You don't need to worry about damaging your kidneys. Once you're on the 200th drink, I'm sure you'll be ready to just, go 6 feet under.
You sound like Philip J.
You got a spare kidney.
Oh shoot!
You sound like Philip J. Fry after after drinking that 100th coffee, like he became so enlightened.
I have reached a new peril of human existence. That was a good episode, I must admit. Fry, do you really need another one? Apparently, I need more. One more coffee. I miss Futurama.
Oh yeah.
And now we've gone completely off a massive D-train.
Yep.
Future episodes about global warming.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
And air pollution.
Uh-huh.
Like there was that episode where the tiny benders made everything into alcohol, so everyone was just permanently drunk.
I remember that one. Oh, but getting back to the topic, so they're saying here the shutdowns have given researchers some insight into why. One of the researchers, Jeff, says from March 15 to July 23, New York City had a 21% decrease in nitrogen dioxide, one of the several nitrogen dioxide gases in comparison with 2019 level. Although the shutdowns were more stringent during the spring months.
There should only be one nitrogen dioxide gas.
Yeah.
See,
there are probably multiple nitrogen oxides. But only one nitrogen dioxide. Yes, it does say one of several oxide gases, DJ.
Yep. See, Professor, unfortunately, when you said that, I don't know, because I was still in the alcohol mine. I thought you were about to say, should there be more than one nitrogen oxide canister? And I was like, okay, what are you calling yourself into?
So one of the researchers was quoting, "We see very strong reduction in summertime ozone this year," and he's citing the unpublished data. What else has this report said? That because in the summer months, heat and sunlight react with the precursor gases in the atmosphere, like nitrogen dioxide, creating a toxic cocktail, this kind of insight can be a boon to policymakers in a non-pandemic year, suggesting that nitrogen oxide regulation should focus mostly on the summer. Jeff says,
I don't know how you'd make the difference there, because my understanding is most nitrogen oxides come from burning diesel fuel.
I think they're trying to imply that let's ban all cars.
I mean, Maybe.
I mean, if the government wants to say ban all cars and go electric, okay, I want my Tesla right now.
I feel like if that happens, it would be less Tesla and more something along the lines of a Volkswagen.
Oh, no.
Come on, Professor. Just get your Volkswagen Beetle, chuck a battery in it, and go brum brum.
I had a friend who was actually talking about doing that to a combi.
It's pretty easy because you just rip the engine out and throw in a motor. It's like that. Older cars like that are simple things to hook up as electric cars.
I'm bold.
Yeah, they're not incredible, but they are easy to work on.
Yes. Like today's cars where it's like, which wire am I meant to cut?
Don't. I replaced the radio in my dad's car and something went horribly wrong. And now the radio only works if the headlights are on. I never got around to fixing it because that was when I moved out, and now they live a long way away.
What a lovely parting present. Yeah, you just gotta blind everyone to listen to your radio, man.
To be fair, there's some places where you have to have your lights on during the day because it makes it easier to see you. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a funny bug.
Although combi vans are known to be like big gas guzzling behemoths.
Yeah.
Although great transports. So in order, if you want to go up to like the mountains or the beach.
Yes, I don't know how they would reduce nitrogen oxide specifically in summer because I'm pretty sure most nitrogen oxide comes from a diesel engine.
Well, there could be other things like roadworks and
Yeah, but do you see like diesel engines just sitting around running at roadworks? If they would, they'd just be a small generator compared to the millions of trucks going around.
Yeah. They were saying here in Denver, however, ozone didn't drop so consistently, probably because wildfires were beginning to rage across the U.S. The fires produced nitrogen oxides, carbon monoxide, and fine particles that can also help to increase ground level ozone. So yeah, the bushfires also helped out the problem.
Made the problem worse.
Yeah. So to end the article, Jeff was saying there's different patterns in different cities. There are a lot of factors to sort out, a lot of work to be done. Armed with the new data from 2020, scientists hope to be able to make some headway. I mean,
I'd like to think there's some lesson we'll learn from all this.
A pandemic can solve a lot of problems.
Not that one, DJ. We're not genociding anyone. Bad boy. Stay down. Follow the Geneva Conventions.
Oh my god.
I mean, it worked. I mean, it solved a lot of problems.
It did, but you can't.
Do we need to teach you something else to say?
We're not genociding anyone yet. Until we meet aliens, then we'll probably genocide them.
Well, the penguins will genocide us eventually, but...
Yes, they should do it soon before Antarctica melts and they all drown.
Hey, that will be a great anime series.
Oh...
I'm just saying...
Isn't that basically Japan flooding? Or what was it called? 2020?
Actually, yeah, you were telling us about that one where the fish come out of the water and attack people.
What?
Oh yeah, the horror movie. Not horror movie. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yes, that one. Yeah. Yeah, fish come out of the water. Basically, they create like little robots and they attach to the fish and they come out of water. The sharks just start swimming the mainland and start eating people. And then it gets really gross because everything starts rotting and just maggots. And obviously, Kenji Ito is having a very fun time drawing it all.
But back to what we were talking about in terms, I get that like the whole idea of pandemics. Yeah, it will solve all the problems. Like we're looking at the American data. I wonder how the Australian data would be like. It'd be a very different picture.
Yeah, I bet we had a ton of pollution already from the bushfires, so we might not have seen as much of a dip. Oh, so we locked down harder than America did for less time, I think. Yeah,
and I bet you though, whatever policies America comes up with, it will affect Australia in a big, big way.
It always does.
Yeah, that's how it always goes.
Yeah, so we can always cut, and then any policy that Australia makes, we can always curse those politicians. Especially when they ban anime.
Can we deport the weebs?
Oi! Hi, I'm in chat here.
All right. Why would they ban anime though, DJ?
But anime's so good, especially with what's happening with 2021. The winter anime is upon us, and there are some good ones out there.
Yeah, there's summer, DJ.
Well, summer here, but winter in Japan and America and the rest of the northern hemisphere. But still, there's some good anime out there, like Attack on Titan, for example, the final season, The Promised Neverland season 2, Cells at Work season 2, and Cells at Work Black.
I remember I think you were quite excited for Cells at Work, weren't you?
Oh yeah, that was a good series. That's a good series. It just taught a lot of people about the human body and how it works, and in a very cute fashion and informative too.
Did you try Dr. Stone?
Oh, I've tried Dr. Stone, and I'm loving that one too.
Awesome. It's basically the same thing, but just Dr. Stone's all about chemistry and science.
Yeah, Dr. Stone's a good one to check out, Professor.
You would actually really like it, Professor. So it's still anime-ish, but it's not like pretty much the world in the near future. Some light beam gets appeared, and everyone is turned to stone. And then centuries pass, and basically the world resets back to a natural green earth. And then at that time, some of the people who weren't cast in stone become alive again. Okay, we'll just edit this out. Fair enough. Sorry. Completely fell apart.
No, so we'll keep that description, but we'll edit out the first on your flub.
Yeah,
So what's the deal? Anything else happen to them, or do they just come back to life?
pretty much, they come back to life. Now, obviously, the world's fallen. Well, there is no world remaining. There's just green. So basically, the person who gets re-envisioned, forgot his name. I haven't watched it in a while.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. He's super smart. He's like, you're A+++ science genius. And basically, he wants to bring back society. So he's going to go out, do lots of science and stuff. But unfortunately, he brings back to life this other guy who's basically Tarzan, who just wants the world to stay, a crazy, prehistoric hunter-gatherer world, right?
Oh no! Wait! I thought the other if I recall, the other guy was basically he wants to rebuild the world by might.
Basically, but his thing is he's fine killing old generations. He just wants to bring back the world, keep the world the way it is, but it's the youth's turn to do what they want. And in his terms, it's more buff guys win, basically. Smarts, size doesn't exist, strength is all that matters.
So it's jocks versus nerds.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically the whole show goes in pretty much good detail about gathering resources, what things have different elements aside them, what you need to combine them to make bombs, solar power, water wheels, electricity, medicine, pills, like the whole range it goes through. In like, obviously not in a detailed way to make it entertaining still, but in a way where you're still learning in a fun way about chemical reactions and stuff. It's really interesting. You'll probably enjoy it.
Okay, I might have to track it down.
It's on Anime Lab, so.
The second season's coming out.
Is that a legitimate site?
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
So the second season's coming out called Stone Wars. It's basically the war has begun.
Don't spoil it for him.
Oh, right.
Jeez,
My
mate, I
bad.
haven't even started the first episode and you've already spoiled the season for me.
But there are some new ones that are coming out though, like
ReZero.
oh yeah, ReZero.
How's your mix, my boy ReZero?
I've never seen ReZero. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's like the best show in like the last 5 years. Now.
Okay, I got a question for you, Debbie boy. Rem or Ram?
Rand because she's alive.
Oh, yeah. Dang it, you.
We're actually not a spoiler.
I don't know what's going on.
You'll never know. Don't worry. So there are some new ones that come out, like Harumiya. So it's basically a story. It's a romantic comedy, and it's a huge following. So Haori is a social butterfly, but at home life she's anything but perfect. Left to raise her brother, she faces responsibility. Meanwhile, under the brooding facade, another guy hides a gentle heart, along with piercings and tattoos. And so it's just, yes, can these two people meet and blossom into love, basically? You also got Quintessential Quintuplets Season 2. That's another romantic comedy. Back Arrow. That one's a good one to check out. It's made by the same people that made Code Geass.
Oh, so it's Studio Sunrise then.
Yeah, Gundams and it's basically mech and samurai. So,
Oh, is this the new Gundam show?
oh no, not a new Gundam show, but it's a mech show.
Okay,
It's a mech show.
Sunrise, so of course it's mech.
Yeah. The plot for this one's called. It says Lingerland is enclosed by the wall. The wall covers, protects, cultivates, and nurtures the land. The wall is God. Wow, it sounds like a Trump line.
Like Attack on Titan, because that's got a wall in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does have a wall, but no, the Titans don't pay for that wall.
Well, maybe the Titans are the Americans and the people in it are the Mexicans.
Boy, we're sounding so bad on this
Because
one.
Americans are big and eat everything, right? And there goes all of our fans.
Yo, you're Americans, like you've got those standard sized massive drinks, and you like guns, right? Yeah, you have like guns in your bathroom and up the toilet, so everywhere, man.
You know, now I think about it, the leader of it is like a blonde guy.
Well, there's actually an Easter egg in Metro Exodus where you flush a toilet and a gun falls out. But
yeah, we're going back to
anyway.
the plot. So the plot continues. One day in Edgar, a village on the outskirts, a mysterious man named Back Arrow appears. Arrow has no memory, but he claims that all he knows is that I come from outside the wall. Arrow tries to go beyond the wall to regain his memories, but is pulled into one conflict or another. True story, bro. True story. I mean, there are some other animes I've encountered for the winter season, but yeah, what do you reckon about this lineup? Good lineup?
I'll take your word for it.
It's very solid. Like it's a mad season, that's for sure.
I mean, I think most of these lineups are just trying to work around with the COVID season.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but hopefully there'll be we get to enjoy them. So, Professor, what nerdful thing have you done this week?
I've been playing Creeper World 4.
Question: is there like a lot of creepers?
No, it's nothing to do with the creepers from Minecraft. Instead, the creeper is a basically grey goo situation. It's this mass of liquid that flows over your base. It's a kind of inverse tower defense. You start with a small base and use your towers to push back the creeper and expand until you push it back to the creeper's towers and destroy them.
Oh, yeah. So, any flaws you've encountered in that game?
Actually, I'm loving it. It transitions the series to 3D. So the previous games are top-down 2D, but this transitions to 3D, and you can really see the wave physics. The wave physics are really accurate. There's interference patterns and standing waves and all of the stuff you'd expect to see in a high school textbook in a game.
Yo, did you know it's like the new generation? Like, look at those water physics, man. The graphics are so intense.
No advanced pitch AI, though.
Oh, goddamn.
But no, it is physics based.
I mean, it has a lot of RTS potential.
Yeah, I really enjoy the series, and I think this is the best one so far.
I hope we get a resurgence of RTS with this game.
I think it won't, because it's quite unique as an RTS. And the reason RTS games aren't huge is because there's not a lot of room for RTS enthusiasts. You can't make a game that will compete with StarCraft.
I see. So it's like everyone's like drawn to one game. People don't really like to expand out, you say?
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of room in the market for things that aren't sort of esports RTS games. And then anything that is in that area gets squished out by StarCraft. There's a few attempts. I've played a few interesting RTS games, but nothing really takes off because StarCraft's so dominant, I think.
How many nerdy beanies would you give this game out of?
5 out of 5.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Very nice. Very
I
nice.
think it's perfect.
Oh,
I don't know how the developer could improve. He's refined his formula from the first game. I don't know where he can go from here that would make a significant difference to the game. Maybe that says something more about me than him, but I can't see how you could refine this further.
So, Debbie boy, what notable thing have you done?
I've watched ReZero Season 2 Part 2 and more GTA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How's I've never been really following the ReZero universe.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I won't do spoilers, but I'll say it's only one episode in, but I have read all light novels for it, so it's a very good arc. So I do highly recommend.
Okay.
But in terms of GTA, same still outstanding thing from last week. I haven't finished it yet. I'm 35% way through the story. So GTA, man, GTA 5, as you said before, like it's still selling. There's a reason why.
Oh, it's addictive as hell.
It is. I just like running people over.
And there we have it, folks. We have Debbie Boy's inner thoughts being revealed.
Hello, police.
I like just driving by, putting my gun out, shooting everyone in the head, and then seeing the chaos. Is a GTA fantastic? It reveals your inner demons.
You are the kind of person the violent video game people are all about.
I just like driving on the sidewalk to run people over. It's so much fun.
Oh Jesus!
God help us.
How many meetings would you give the both out of?
ReZero Season 2 Part 2 I'll give right now 4 out of 5, probably 5 later on. GTA 5 still 5 out of 5.
Fair enough. As for me, I saw the first episode of Crunchyroll original X Arm, and man, it's terrible. It is terrible.
Oh boy.
I don't know where to start.
Let's start at the characters.
Okay, so the main character, his name is Akira, and he's a technophobe.
Oh, Akira.
Yeah.
That's a name I should know something about.
Oh my god.
What's that?
Akira. Akira's one of the biggest...
the motorbike thing, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know it. See, don't lie.
So Akira, he the problem with him is he hates technology, but but he's very good at everything else. He hates technology. He doesn't own a mobile phone in 2012. And so while he was grocery shopping, he sees a couple of guys hassling a girl, and Akira decides to walk away. But while he's walking away, he had a conversation with his brother. He's saying, "Put your best foot forward and be your best." And he decides, "All right, I'm going to be my best." And he turns around and gets hit by a truck.
Oh my god! This is the classic stuff, boys.
Oh, yeah, it gets even funnier. So the fast forward to 2030, and this new dangerous AI has released. It's called X-Arm, and these dangerous AI and super weapons can destroy a lot of things, and they cannot be killed by conventional weapons. And one of this new dangerous AI is a positronic brain. And guess who is in that brain?
The guy who was hit by a truck 30 years ago?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
How'd they keep him fresh until it was time to put him in the computer?
Cryo freezing. And you see, when he woke up from the cryo freezing, he was given a gun and a super suit.
Okay.
It was told to kill aliens.
They're doing this again.
And the stupid part about this whole thing is that you gotta watch it to see that there's so much logical flaws in this, and not to mention the action scenes are just what the hell, man? Are you serious? Like the enemies can't shoot the heroes properly.
Oof.
Like, and the fight scenes are just hilarious to look at. And there's one scene where one of the heroes decides to shoot down a crate and use it as a shield, when we all know that bullets can shred up a wooden crate like a knife tearing through butter. Oh, it is an unintentionally hilarious piece of work.
They're very low mass, low velocity bullets.
No, but here's the thing: these are like AK-47 like style weapons.
Okay, that's less believable.
And the fight scenes are just like, what the hell, man? This makes like what's the show? This makes Ruby look like a Marvel movie masterpiece. It's so bad. There's so many flaws. I could make a Longman style video out of this, but I don't wanna. But in terms of Nerdy Beanies, how much I would give that one? I would give it 1 out of 5. That's my lowest that I've taken it to.
You couldn't do a 0 out of 5?
Oh well, the one out of, the only saving grace I would give.
What is that one? Yeah.
The saving grace I would give that one is the I mean it's very interesting. I mean, trying to do it's 2D and 3D animation. So I mean, that's the one saving. It looks nice. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, but that's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's 1 out of 5. And not to and the stupidest part out of all this anime is a remake of an old manga that original creator made as well. Oh. That makes it even worse. But I intend to watch this series just to point and laugh at it and see how much of a train wreck this is gonna go.
What's it called again?
X-Arm. EX. Arm. Yeah. ARM. Yeah.
Oh boy, 2.3 out of 10 on anime lists.
Wow. Okay. The trailer was even worse.
I'm just to see what people's reviews are for it. One review, 1 star. It begins with, so I didn't think which every human on this planet would consider a fate worse than death. Watching X-Arm.
Yeah.
Flippin' oof.
Oh, and I don't know whether I should spoil it even more because there's so much.
Go ahead if you want, man.
It gets even worse as the story as the episode progressed.
I think if it's that bad, no one's going to actually want to watch it. So spoil away.
Okay, so there is one state. So they have this big, massive bad guy who has an X-Arm, which is he can phase through objects. And the best way to defeat this bad guy, both the AI in the brain and the AI operating the policewoman's partner, who happens to be an android, spoiler alert, decide to work together. I'm like, it seems like it seems like one of those animes where you're like, let's join forces in the AI. Like I said, it's a train wreck of an anime. You gotta watch the first episode and just point and laugh at it.
Sounds like the anime fandom has a new drinking game.
Yep, pretty much. So, anyways, we'll take a short break and come back with the shoutouts, remembrances, famous birthdays, and events of interest.
Oh yeah.
So, on to our shoutouts. It's been 20 years of Jimmy Wales asking for our funding. On the 15th of January, Wikipedia celebrates its 20th birthday. It's now the biggest and most read reference on Earth, with 55 million articles. Wikipedia has a monthly readership of 495 million. Wonder how many of them are school students trying to plagiarize the work.
Technically, it's not plagiarism if you source it.
But don't all of them say, like, don't use Wikipedia as a reference?
Wrong. Don't use Wikipedia as the source. Wikipedia is a fine reference to get a summary, as long as you then go back and check with the sources.
Okay.
So everything on Wikipedia should be sourced. And if it isn't, you can put a flag on it and say, who said this? But so if you're filling out if you're doing an essay, it's a good place to get a general overview, and then you can go and track down the sources the authors used and learn more about the topic.
So on the next one, the Southern Hemisphere's heaviest pumpkin was found at the 2021 Giant Pumpkin and Watermelon Festival in Kyogle, Kyogle, New South Wales. The festival was held on the 11th of January. Dale Oliver's giant Atlantic pumpkin weighs 867 kilograms. Dale says that changing weather conditions made it harder to grow large pumpkins as warm weather triggers the pumpkin to reach maturity. The world record pumpkin was grown in Belgium in 2016. It weighed 1,190.49 kilograms.
I just love that there's a giant pumpkin festival. And how many people take part in this? Is there some... I should be an investigative reporter. I'll go there next year and find out how many people are growing giant pumpkins. How close is the competition?
Why don't you want a giant pumpkin?
Well, I live in a small apartment, so I wouldn't have room for a giant pumpkin. And
you have a lifetime supply of pumpkin soup.
Yeah, boil it all up, jar it, and then, you're set for the apocalypse. Sterilize and preserve it correctly, like canned food. Technically, yes, it does go off, but it takes a ridiculously long time to do so if it's prepared correctly. Don't take my word for that, though. I'm not going to be responsible if you go and make yourself sick, DJ.
Dang it, Professor! Dang it! So on the 8th of January, Elon Musk overtook Jeff Bezos as the richest man on Earth. Elon's net worth has jumped from $27 billion to $195 billion in just a few weeks. His response was to tweet, "How strange. Well, back to work."
So this is how billionaires play their games?
At the point you've got $27 billion, an extra $100 billion probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you.
And the funny thing is, Elon Musk's Twitter is such a beautiful place to look at. Like, the amount of things he posts on Twitter is insane.
Elon trying to be a meme lord.
Yeah.
Shame he's such a jerk.
I know, but hey, he has a lot of fun with it. I mean, he has every right to have fun with it. I mean, he's the richest man.
Yeah, he has the right to have fun with Twitter, but not to be a jerk to people.
Well, he will be the new overlord come next few years.
The penguins will take over again. I'm leading the insurrection.
So on to our remembrances. Sir Hans Sloane, an Anglo-Irish physician, naturalized collector, passed away on the 11th of January 1753. His collection of 71,000 items was bequeathed to the British nation, providing the foundation of the British Library, British Museum, and the Natural History Museum. Sloane is credited with crediting chocolate milk, although some sources claim an early inventor. Sloane's recipe was sold as Sir Hans...
They claim an earlier inventor.
Ah, thank you. Sloane's recipe...
So I was looking into this a little bit, and there's a few arguments about who actually wrote the first chocolate milk recipe. But as you'll see on the notes that I gave you, his was the first to be sold with a brand name.
Yeah. So yeah, Sloane's recipe was sold as Sir Hans Sloane's milk chocolate, the first branded chocolate milk. Yeah.
Medicinal purposes.
Hey, remember when Coca-Cola was a medicine at some point?
Yeah, it was like there was this little time there where for 50 years or 100 years or however long, you could invent a drink, just mix some ingredients together and then make a fortune off it.
Yep.
Pretending it was medicine. Unfortunately, you can't do that anymore. Too many regulations.
Yep. So yeah, his less delicious and morally wrong actions include owning slaves. Yeah. He died of a paralysis disorder at 92 in Chelsea, London. On our famous birthdays, on the 11th of January 1906, Albert Hofmann was born. The Swiss chemist was the first person to synthesize, ingest, and discover the psychedelic effects of lysergic acid diethylamide. He also isolated, synthesized, and named psilocybin and psilocin, found in magic mushrooms. His first synthesis of LSD was on the 16th of November 1938 while investigating analeptic chemicals. He accidentally came in contact with the LSD and described it as a remarkable relentlessness combined with a slight dizziness. At home, I lay down and sank into a not unpleasant intoxicated-like condition, characterized by an extremely stimulated imagination. In a dreamlike state with eyes closed, I perceived an uninterrupted stream of fantastic pictures, extraordinary shapes with intense kaleidoscopic play of colors. After some 2 hours, this condition faded away. 3 days later, he intentionally digested 250 micrograms of LSD, which kicked in while riding home, leading to the name Bicycle Day.
And as I understand it, I'm not a LSD expert, but 250 micrograms is quite a bit of LSD. It was a different time. You just, go and suck on something you whipped up in the lab and see what happened.
You say you are no LSD expert, but you seem to have a bit of knowledge there, man.
No, I've never used it. I've read a bit about it because I used to be really into authors like Ken Kesey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and also MK Ultra. I was really into those sorts of conspiracy theories for a bit.
Man, that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest story.
Yeah, great book.
Yeah. On to our events of interest. On the 11th of January 1964, the Surgeon General of the United States, Dr. Luther Terry, MD, published the report Smoking and Health, report of the Advisory Committee to the Surgeon General of the United States, saying that smoking may be hazardous to health. His report was based on over 7,000 existing articles. The committee concluded smoking is a cause of lung and laryngeal cancer and the most important cause of chronic bronchitis. Since then, the US and many other countries have enacted laws requiring health warnings and banning cigarette advertising. More than half of living adults who ever smoked have quit.
Which is great numbers, but from what I've heard some smokers actually collect the different cancer photos on the health warnings. I'm like, oh mate, you got the rotten teeth, I got the lungs. Nice. Want to swap?
I have an idea when it comes with the cigarette packets. They should have on the side of the cigarette packets how much is in each of these cigarettes.
How much of what?
Like how much tar is in there and how much of the filter and all that, all the jazz.
I don't think that would make a big difference at this point.
I know,
because saying it contains, a milligram of tar.
But
what
here's
does that mean? How does that affect your lungs?
Yeah, but
I think it's more effective to quote the one that says, a cigarette takes 5 minutes off your life or something along those lines.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, there are some, I notice every now and then some cigarette packets that would be like, this brand of cigarette with the flavor red, and then there's another one, blue, and you're like, what does red and blue and all these, are they like flavors or something, or what?
Yeah, different strengths and stuff, I think.
Yeah, they should do that.
If it's talking about vapes, then it would be different flavors and stuff.
Yeah, but these are like Marlboro Red.
Oh, it's like full on cigs.
Yeah, but you can't do that in Australia anymore. Now it just has to be the name because they're all that shade of unpleasant green that is supposed to be like the most unpleasant color on Earth, so you don't want to look at it.
Yeah, but there should be how much flavoring is in each of these cigarettes and stuff, so...
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm taking that. I'm patenting that idea. Okay, no one steals it.
I don't think you can get a patent on that.
I'll try as I can.
Yeah, you try.
So, anything else before we wrap it up?
Do we have a fellow TNC shout out?
We do have a fellow TNC shout out, and they are present on the TNC website.
Did you forget to look it up again?
Yes. Yes, I do. There's a new one called Wait, That Happened? And that's actually a name, mind you. And this one is a show to discuss politics and current events in a relatable way, inserting fun and humor with real-world issues. Some episodes include games, jokes, musical numbers, and guest appearances.
Okay, but the problem with all politics recently is that every part of it makes me say, wait, what? But yes, that sounds fun.
Oh, yeah. So that's all we have for this week. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's .canada.com, where we have an archive of our old episodes. So stay nerdy, stay hydrated, and hooroo.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Don't die. Bit morbid ending there.